After what seems to be like an unending negotiations between the federal government and the organized labor over increased minimum wage, the issue was finally laid to rest when parties agreed to a new minimum wage of 70,000 naira for Nigerian workers. Even though the minimum wage is no longer 30,000 naira, but now 70,000 naira, some Nigerians still believes that the amount is minimal when measured with the current economic woes Nigerians are faced with. Respondents stated that the federal government should have done better, stating that if states like Edo could pay the sum of 70,000 naira, the federal government could surpass that threshold.
17,000 minimum wage by the federal government is not enough for the workers. It's an uncomfort. The Governor Obaseki, the good governor of Edo State, your Tokunadu, he give the worker, he approved 70,000 naira for Edo State workers. 70,000, a state governor, first in history in Nigeria. The way the federal government has superseded the state, we approve 70,000 for the worker. It's an uncomfort.
70,000 naira cannot take them 2 weeks. You don't talk of a month. So 70,000 is very poor. At least if federal government want to consider the masses, or the state government want to consider the masses, nobody should receive not less than at least minimum of 150,000 or 100,000.
It's not actually enough. Some families, they are 5 in numbers, some families are 4 in numbers. There are some that are still more, and they just have one person that is working in the family. If you check that kind of condition, I don't think that 70,000 is actually enough for them.
Others, however, said at least the 70,000 naira minimum wage is something and that it is better than none. They further said that the Nigerian Labour Congress was wise enough to also agree on that amount, because if they had objected to it and commenced an industrial action, it will still yield no result, as negotiations will keep going on, and that the federal government will keep on insisting that the 70,000 naira is what they can afford.
So they have to strike a balance here. What the federal government can pay, what the state government can pay, and what the private sector can also pay. I believe all these things we are taking into consideration before NLC now submitted, or through the towel that okay, let it be 70,000. I do not think betrayal came here.
So we want to say federal government, thank you for the approval of this minimum wage.
The new minimum wage has been approved, and it's also the hope of Nigerian workers that it will be implemented and subsequently reviewed. Freeman Osawo reporting for BTV News.